stuff. Now we are going to cover the last topic but very important topic of this chapter, that is compilers and interpreters. We know that compilers is a system software. We have already covered system software, but at that time I will just keep telling you that what exactly this word or this software compiler is. So compilers is a kind of translator. By means of translator, what I want to tell you that suppose what the translator word means. Translator is something that converts one form to another form. So in terms of computer languages, translators are translating one type of language to other type of language. By means of that, I am not telling you that we are converting C to Java or something else, but we all know that C program is the higher level language, and we are going to give this program or execute this program onto a computer or a machine. So we must have to convert this higher level program into the machine readable program, and we know that machine can understand binary language, the language of zeros and ones, language of bits. So compiler, as you can see the definition over here, compiler is a program which translates a program written in higher level language into the machine readable language, that is in binary language, right? So you may ask that then what is the meaning of interpreter? Interpreter is also the translator, but the way they translate, the way interpreter and compiler translate the one high level program into the machine readable program is different. If I give you just real time example, then suppose some students are making Maggi by putting masala first and then adding water. Some students are adding some veggies into that. So the way they process the Maggi, the process of making Maggi is made different student to student. Same way, the way this translator translates the higher level program into machine readable program differs in case of compiler and interpreter. Now I will tell you that how they differs. So here you can see the difference between interpreter and compiler. The first difference, as you can see, is when the compiling process is being done, the first compiler will convert entire program into the machine readable program. So it will scan the whole program. But in case of interpreter, it will scan line by line. It will convert line by line. First, it will read the line and convert it into the machine readable line. Second line is scanned and then converted. But this is not the case in case of compilers. In compilers, it will just convert the entire code into the machine readable code. And as the compiler is converting entirely, so the execution speed of compiler is higher in compared with interpreter, but interpreter is so slower than compilers because it is converting line by line. When we are compiling, I'll show you that how exactly we can compile a program. You just have to know the process, the buttons and the menus where you can compile the program. But in our process of compilation, I'll show you that when entire code is scanned, the intermediate output is generated. First, higher level language is there, then the intermediate output is generated, which is called object code, and that this object code is directly converted to the machine readable language. So the compiler needs more memory because it wants to store that intermediate code. But this is not the case in case of interpreters. Interpreters do not generate any kind of object code, so that's why it does not need any extra memory. Right? The languages like C, C++ use compilers, but the language like Python use interpreters. So you don't need to work with interpreter for now. You are just working with compilers. You are just compiling your program, your C program. But it may happen that in future you are using or coding in Python, then at that time you must understand this concept of interpreters. Then in case of compilers, we get the error message only after the entire code is scanned. I'll show you when we will run our first C program in our next lecture. I'll show you this thing, that the error message we got only after the entire program is compiled. But in case of interpreter, as soon as the error occurred, we will get that message. Okay, so this is all about the compilers and interpreters. This is one of the most important concept for understanding, because in chapter 1 this is the only concept that you may know for the first time. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the live lecture about this thing, but right now just understand this thing. Once we compile our first program, it will be easy for you to understand this process. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much.